Picture this. You're in the midst of finding the home, and there you found a house that pretty much check marks a majority of the things. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the 35th, 35 episode of Coffee with Chuck. Hope you all are having a great Friday. This week I wanted to talk to you about multiple offer situations. So let's get into the mindset of a buyer. And if you're one of my buyers, you know that I'm pretty much uh, went through some of this stuff with you. But let's get into the mindset. Picture this. You're in the midst of finding the home, and there you found a house that pretty much check marks a majority of the things. You found the spacious rooms, you found the fireplace, you found the layout that works. But then there's some things that are not perfect. Let's say that the roof is a couple years out to being replaced, or the countertops of the kitchen are not up to modern standards. However, you kind of want to decide to put in an offer, and what you guys are thinking is putting an offer, let's say, 10,000 or let's say $15,000 off of list price. When I talk to the listing agent informs me that there's other offers on the table. At this point, I don't want you to be discouraged. I know that this is a really fast market and a lot of things are happening, but don't be discouraged and assume that you'll be outbidded. I'm going to give you some tips to try to help your offer stand out. The first one, get pre-approved. I mean, I always say this to all my buyers, but in multiple offer situations, there's no way a seller is going to take anybody that's not pre-approved. Talk to my guy Arthur, one of my lenders. What we've been doing with our buyers is getting them pretty much conditionally approved, just pending title and appraisal. I know that sounds a little confusing, but just talk to him. I can explain some of those things. But it's one of these things where you're ready, pretty much set on your loan pending just minimal conditions. So that's my first point. Number two, consider an escalation clause. What is an escalation clause? Pretty much it's one of those things where you tell the seller, hey, we want to give you $1,000 over the highest price that you're getting in multiple offers up to a certain amount. Does it work? Sometimes if price is important to the sellers, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the sellers want other things. But escalation clause, that's my second one. Number three, have few contingencies. What I've been seeing now is if you have a home sale contingency, and sometimes even if your loan's FHA, sellers won't accept you. They'll try to look and wait for something else since there's so many buyers on the market. But fewer contingencies, what does that mean? Purchase the home as is, waive inspection, try to buy it cash with something else and refinance later. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do that, pretty much we could do, and I'll see if it's capable of doing that. So, I mean, that would probably be my third tip. Number four, create a personal connection with the homeowner and the seller. That could mean write a letter, show a video, pick a family picture, things along those lines. Tell them what you love about the home. Maybe it will hit some of those emotional points. When I suggest this, I always think about that Friends episode when Ross is trying to get that apartment from Ugly Naked Guy. And he sent over flowers, or I forgot, some chocolates or something like that. And everybody was doing the same thing. So for him to make the personal connection, he actually went over there and hung out with him naked with Ugly Naked Guy. And I think he got the apartment, or I know he got the apartment. But personal connection, that's what that is. And then my fifth tip is don't create a bidding war. I will help you craft an offer that you feel confident about to, try to avoid overbidding. The last thing we want to is to get into a heated bidding war and then regret it when it comes time to make that first mortgage payment. So we'll avoid the bidding war. But those are my tips for multiple offer situation. If you have any questions, call me, text me, email me, DM me. I'm around and we could talk more. But for now, you all have a great rest of your Friday. Have an even greater weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Cheers.